Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Brittany, and on this channel, we talk all about plants. And we are just about to head out to go to Walmart. I figured while we were there, we would check out some of the plants. And then I also had a plan to consolidate some of my plants. It is early fall. This is my busy season, and I thought, if there are some plants that could go together and save me a little bit of time, we're talking Frankenpothos, why not? So if you're into plants and into caring for plants and into doing plants the easy way, stick around and let's consolidate some plants. Okay, so we're home from Walmart and we didn't really see much, which to be expected. It was the end of the season, but I did see one thing that I've never seen there before, and it was this really cool hanging, really big dog tail cactus. And if I did not have my boys with me, keeping me in check, I definitely would have gotten it. I'll show you what that looked like. I thought it was really neat. Let me know if you've picked that up from Walmart. So since we are home and I said we're gonna do a little bit of combining of plants, we're gonna get into that, but I wanted to give you guys a couple updates first. I did get a new plant recently and you guys have not seen it, so let me grab that really quick. All right, here is this guy. This is an Anthurium pendulifolium. I'll put the word on the board or on the screen. It's beautiful. It's so big. It's been a wish list plant for some time. I really wanted one of these big strappy anthuriums, and this one was just calling to me because it's this shiny, really dark, beautiful green color. And I'll give you a little close-up of this guy as well. So the Anthurium pendulifolium. And I did order it in. It came beautiful, packaged great. The leaves are looking great. I have not gotten any new growth yet since I got it, but I did repot it. It's kind of acclimating to my space, so to be expected. But I thought that you guys would be excited about this. Look at that leaf. It is just enormous. So cool. And then let me grab a couple of the plants that I want to combine. I'm ready to get rid of some of my propagations because they have rooted and it's just one more thing that I have to be paying attention to. So let's get those potted up with their mother plants, create two plants into one, take a little workload off of us in this busy season, and kind of downsize so we can keep making space for new plants. So for the propagations that I'm wanting to get out of water vessels and potted into the mother plants, it includes this adorable little string of hearts, and it has gotten so much new growth since being in water that I almost thought about just letting it live in water for longer. Look at all the green. That's all the new growth. But it's just one more plant that I have to make sure to top off the water, that I have to make sure to fertilize. And so putting it in with its mother plant, if you remember a few weeks ago, we just chopped the heck out of this because it was so long. By putting this into here, it's just gonna create a little bit less work for me. Now, I almost exclusively water propagate and have really good luck with it. The only things that you really wanna remember is that your plants need oxygen. So you either need to be topping off the water and adding more of that H2O, that oxygen into it, or dumping it, adding new water. It also is not getting fertilized from the soil like our soil plants are getting. So you do want to add either a little bit of rooting hormone or fertilizer if you want to speed up the process. Mine just lives on my windowsill. It's done really great. Let me show you these roots. They're not crazy, but the roots on these little strings of things tend to be pretty dainty. And there we go. So I think it'll do totally fine potted back into the soil mix. So we're gonna do that first. I'm just gonna I don't think I'm gonna dump the whole thing because there's quite a few different growth points in here. I think I'm just gonna kind of dig into it and then place the new little cuttings kind of throughout, because I have some really long growth over on this side, not so much on this one. So if I can put it on this side and kind of balance it out a little bit, that is what I would like to do. So let's get that done here real quick. And with YouTube magic, voila, it is done. I did, like I said, fill out this side here that had a little bit less growth. This is the long side. This is the new growth. I think it looks adorable. I'm just gonna go water this in so that kind of gets all settled. The soil gets all settled in there. And moving on to the next one is this Hoya publicalis cutting. And it's rooting totally fine. I have said a million times over, if you do not have a Hoya publicalis, what are you doing with your life? This thing grows like crazy. And so I just keep cutting it back, making new plants, it grows some more. So I've got a whole bushel of these in water. These, some of them are actually rooting. These are pretty recent cuttings. And then this one is an older one. So I'm gonna take this out of its little vessel it was in. That bushel was by itself in a separate one. And I'm gonna add it to this little baby. This is not the mother plant, but I think I'm gonna add it to this side over here and have it growing both ways around the trellis. What do you think? I think so. So, like I said, getting rid of one more water vessel, that is gone. One less thing to worry about this fall. By the way, how's your fall going? Have you put your pumpkins up yet? I am a teacher, and so this is like the best time of year for me. We are just going into school. Fall is here. I love it before we're just burnt out and it's chaos as we get further into winter. So I will show you. I did put some fall decor up. I went, well, today, I guess you guys went with me to Walmart. I got some mums for outside. It's pouring rain right now, so that makes me happy. We're in Wyoming. We're starting to get cooler temperatures. So how is fall going where you're at? And I want to see your fall decor on Instagram, so make sure that you add me so that I can get all the info and the cute ideas for fall decor as we are moving toward October. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm kind of gonna dig out this side here of this Hoya. My favorite part of this little Hoya, which I think eventually is going to become a gift for someone. I think it'd be a really nice Christmas gift, just these little propagations that are now fully rooted, a beautiful full plant. My favorite part of it is I did not realize at some point when I was potting up propagations that I had a little pothos in with my propagations, and I planted it. And now it's just growing up the trellis as well. And I think it's so cool and so cute. And it's done totally fine. It's been in here for a really long time. And it was just like a happy accident, you know? So let me put this in here. I'll show you what this looks like. And then we're gonna pot together some philodendron. I'm really liking these philodendron, and I think it's gonna be the coolest, huge hanging pot when I put all of them together. A little Franken philo, if you will. And so that's what I'm most excited about today. Let's get this done and then we'll pull those out. All right, bing, bang, boom, we are done. That is this here on this side. And it's gonna take just a little bit of time to kind of settle onto this trellis. I'm gonna water it in as well. I've said this before, but one of my great viewers had taught me that you should be spinning your climbing plants counterclockwise around the trellis, because that's how they naturally grow in nature. So just a little tip for you, counterclockwise around the trellis. Look how cool this is. This is going to be such a great Christmas gift, or maybe I will do a giveaway as we get closer to Christmas with my little Hoya slash pothos little happening here. And tell me what you think. Okay, so here are the philodendron that I want to combine. I have this huge philodendron Brazil, and it is so beautiful and full and cool. And then I have this really cute philodendron a heartleaf philo that I also love. I just love a good classic green trailing plant. It really gives that jungly vibe that I like. And then the last one is this little tiny baby, and it is a variation of the heartleaf as well. It's just the variegated version. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, but I'll definitely put the name of it right here. And I really like this plant, but do I love it in this tiny little container with one strand coming out of it? No. And like I said, I'm trying to make my life a little bit easier for this busy season that I'm in. So I'm gonna go ahead and combine all three of these plants together. That takes away 2 plants that I have to water, 2 plants that I have to find space for. And I honestly think that all 3 can fit into this pot that I have the Brazil in. While it's really full hanging, in the actual soil, can you see itself, there is a lot of space because like I said, there's not a ton of actual vines, but it just got really full out here. So I am gonna take all of these out for this. Of course, I just watered these 2, so it's gonna be a little bit trickier, but I'm excited to have them all together, excited to see what it looks like. And then as spring comes, if we want to separate again, or if we need to upsize because it's had enough growth during this slow season, we can go ahead and do that. But as for now, I just want them to get acclimated to each other. And like I said, just take away some of the extra work. I don't want plants to feel like a burden because it is a hobby and something that makes me happy. That when I'm feeling overwhelmed during the week, going to work, trying to cook the kids dinner, do all the things, and then I'm like, oh, I have 10 plants that I need to bring from the basement upstairs, water. It's just more than I want to be dealing with. So being able to take a little bit of that off my plate seems like a great idea for me. Let me put these together. I'll show you what they look like, and then we'll do a really quick tour of what's going on in this new plant room before I do a full houseplant tour later this week. I'm really excited for that, so stick around. All right, and for my last YouTube magic show of the day, here we have it. You've got the Brazil, you've got the heartleaf, and this little baby peeking through here. You can kind of see. Yeah. Look how cool. This is huge. It's beautiful. It's gonna hang for now. It's sitting on my shelf up here. Let me give you a quick just walk through tour of this room. I just got moved in and really kind of finished. So I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna wait for my whole houseplant tour that's coming up, but just a little sneak peek of how we have everything organized. And thanks for sticking around for downsizing some of my plants. Remember, especially during this season when we're all so busy, that you don't want to make the thing that initially was bringing you joy, that initially was just a fun hobby, to now bring you stress. So do what you have to do. If you need to give some of your plants away to your friends, if you need to throw that one in the trash that's just never going to bring you happiness, do it. If you need to downsize and put all of your similar plants into one big pot so you only have one thing to water, do it. Because we're doing this hobby for ourselves and not to impress anybody or have the biggest collection or have the highest house plant count. So just keep that in mind. I have to remind myself of that often. Again, thank you guys for being here. Make sure that you subscribe, hit like, get us out into the world, and also click the bell so that you can come back for the full houseplant collection. Now just a peaceful little view of what I have going on in this new plant room.